All right. What is going on, everybody? And welcome on into a very special edition of the Cinema Lords podcast. Our first of a three-part series, our Cobra Kai Season 5 breakdown. I am super excited. I've been waiting to talk about this show for months now. Here with my boys. We're going to go around the table real quick before we dive into anything. On the ones and twos, the newest Cobra, the newest guy in the dojo, still diving in, Season 2. On the ones and twos for the first time, Mr. Seth Rogers.
You guys thought Los and I were just one-trick ponies, that Los could just be behind the booth, we could be up front. Nah, we're not just one-trick ponies. Glad to be on the other side. Should be a good episode.
As am I. I'm glad to be over here.
It's a team game, baby. And then, you know him well, but now he's on this side of the table making his debut over here. First time. You guys know him as Mr. Kalos in the ones and twos, but tonight he's Sensei Los.
Sensei Los, you best not forget it.
Let's go, baby. Making his debut. Los, happy to have you on this side of the table.
You fall in line for Sensei Los, boy.
Let's go. Quiet! We had a big Season 5. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it's no matter what, it's always great to have Cobra Kai back. No matter what, it's just nice to have it back. And we didn't have a long wait, only 9 months from the last season. Los, what'd you think of the season?
I thought it was pretty good. I'd honestly rank it towards the lower end in terms of overall seasons, but that being said, give me all the Cobra Kai content that you can give me, because the more the better. It was still really good. It was an enjoyable season. It was funny more than anything, in my opinion. I thought it was hilarious, so definitely a great season. I don't know about you.
I don't disagree. I think that it was, every single season for Cobra Kai is a strike. I think this one was the same thing. I think it hit again. I would say that I kind of agree with you. I think as far as the other seasons go, I love them all, but I think I would probably put this one towards the lowest spectrum of them. But I think that it moved a lot of different characters, in my book at least, up the spectrum a lot. Some guys that I wasn't the biggest fan of, now I'm starting to turn tides on. Some guys that I were just in the middle for me, now I'm a big fan of. So I still enjoyed this season a lot, even though I kind of agree it was on the lower end of the seasons for me overall.
And the season, in my opinion, did a really good job progressing certain storylines and really setting it up for the future seasons, which I think they did a really good job doing. So.
Absolutely. We heard after Season 4, which came in the new year, we heard that the plans for Season 5 and Season 6 were already basically laid out in place. And we were going to let kind of almost Netflix take it from there. We're going to see if we still have story to tell, if they want to pick it up. And it seems to me, I agree. It seems like Season 5, this was a big season as far as setting things up for what's to come later down the road and to keep this show going for a lot longer than just 6
You think they're pushing like 10 seasons? Or
let me tell you, man, this show, is a moneymaker, and the way that the story's being told, they do such a good job of bringing in new things. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'll keep watching this show into season fucking 8, 9, 10, no problem.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't play itself out. But right now, keep pumping it out.
I agree. I mean, the storytelling's really, really, really good. The fighting's obviously always awesome, and they just keep finding new ways to just keep it relevant. They do, in my opinion, the best job of any show of introducing new characters. Shows are always trying to find, you know what I mean? It's always hard to introduce somebody new when you've already got attachment to all these people that you've already met for so long. This show, like no other, I feel like. You get a new character in, and you're just like hooked right away. It's awesome. But I guess,
who are some of your favorite characters?
I mean, for me, obviously, you know, my boy is Hawk. Hawk's my guy. I love Johnny. I love Miguel. That's my trifecta of characters right there, pretty much in that order. Tori's right behind him, though. Tori's my girl. I love her. I don't know if it's just because she hates LaRusso's daughter as much as I do. That could probably help the relationship a little bit, because, God, I hate that girl more than a lot of characters on TV.
Yeah, she's the worst.
I gotta say, 2 seasons into, like, just starting season 2 from episode first season, yeah, she was not enjoyable to deal with.
It doesn't get any better, Seth.
Like, very whiny and just, wasn't a fan of her in season 1, gotta be honest.
I think that there's a lot of mixed opinions on, not mixed opinions, but characters vary between fans. I think that almost all the fans can unanimously agree that Sam LaRusso is the worst.
Yeah, she's the worst. Oh my God, my name's Sam LaRusso. My life stinks. Feel bad for me.
But I had a lot of fun this season. We want to dive into it. We're going to be covering the first 3 episodes tonight of the season. That's how we decided to break it down. Like I said, this is going to be the first of a 3-part series. So we decided to do the first 3 tonight. So we're going to do 4, 5, 6, and 7 together in a 4-parter. And then we're going to do 8, 9, and 10, the trilogy, and a little 3-parter to close it out. But 3 episodes to dive into. A good start to the season, I thought, for sure. We picked up exactly where we left off from season 4. Which I guess we can dive into that a little bit. We're fresh off season 4. We got the fresh off the All Valley, which was big stakes All Valley. The winning dojo gets to stay. The other dojos got to bounce. Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang team up against Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is too much though. Even though my boy Hawk, All Valley champion, baby. Let me get rid of the camera there. All Valley champion. Hawk got the job done. It wasn't enough. Cobra Kai still came out on top. So Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang got to close down shop. Or so it seems at least. What do we got? Chosen gets introduced right at the very, very end. At the end of our last season there. Danielson's calling in the recruitments. He's pulling what Cobra Kai's been doing. They've been calling in favors. Now it's time for Team Miyagi-Do to call in some favors. They're bringing Chosen in.
I don't know if you mentioned Tori, but Tori also...
Tori All Valley
First
champion.
time they split it off into a men's and a women's divisions.
That's right. Yep, they switched up the All Valley for the first time. 3-part competition, skills, males and females. Like I said, Cobra Kai got the job done, winning 2 of the 3 legs. Tori All Valley champion, but we know that she also won in a little bit of a dispute. She found out right at the end there that Terry Silva was doing a little paying off of the referees, pulling a little FIFA move there, pulling off the refs to get the job done. So we got to see where Tori's head's going to be at entering this season. You know what I mean? She thought
Is
she
anything
was
sacred with that stuff? We're even pulling that stuff off in MMA.
Hey,
Right?
money
Like-
talks, baby. Money talks.
All Valley, hey.
Battle for the Valley,
Whatever
Cobra.
can get
You
you
know
to
what I
the
mean?
top,
It's win or
man.
go home for these
Jesus.
guys. It's all or nothing.
Nothing sacred.
But like I said, we pick up basically right where we left off. This is going to be a nice summer season. The kids are out of school. They're entering for the most part. All of our kids are entering their senior year. So this is going to be their last shot at the All Valley. But like we said, things are going to open up. But we start off summer vacation. We open up at we actually open up with a very cool Cobra Kai commercial, basically.
Yeah, I thought the commercial was pretty cool.
Yeah, very. I mean, let me tell you, if I was in the Valley, I would have been sold. If I wasn't already in a dojo at this point, seen all that equipment, I see some friggin' pina coladas basically flowing there. It seems like a good time. I would have joined Cobra Kai.
That's pretty
no
good,
problem.
pretty well produced commercial in my opinion too.
No doubt, no doubt.
They almost had me ready to join Cobra Kai.
Hey man, it's never too late, baby. You know what I mean? We're still young, 29 years young. It's never too late to join karate. Let's go. You know what I mean?
What am I talking about? I'm a sensei.
But from the commercial, we go to the LaRusso household. And I don't know about you, man, but I thought for sure that this is Daniel LaRusso swimming in the goddamn pool. It turns out it's not. Chosen hops out of the pool for a little morning swim. Cheeks flowing, letting it all hang out, having a good time.
Hog out for Amanda's son.
Yeah, Amanda walks in. She's like, what the fuck is going on in my house? Which, let me tell you, right off the top, Amanda LaRusso is by far and away my favorite LaRusso.
Oh yeah, hands down.
I don't like
There's no competition.
I don't hate Danielson by any means. I love the Karate Kid movies and all that. Danielson in this show, not my favorite character, but Amanda's a gangster. I love Amanda.
She don't take no shit.
But basically, she heads in after seeing friggin', like I said, Chosen letting it all hang out. Chosen's back in America. He's living with the LaRussos. He's feeling free. He's treating this place like his own little personal spa. Going for a morning swim, letting the morning glory flow. Amanda's not loving it. She has another talk with LaRusso, and she is in the same predicament we've seen her in a few times. Like, God damn it, Daniel. Your friggin' karate background's getting us into more shit.
Yeah, that was my big takeaway from that scene was that their relationship is definitely heading into a rocky point because she is not happy. And like you said, it's been seasons now where she's just been dealing with this crap. So
And we thought it was at the end there.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be win or go home. This was supposed to be the
That's what she was promised. She was promised it was going to come to an end one way or another, and here we are, and it's completely opposite.
We're calling in, back help from friggin' Okinawa, you know what I mean?
Japanese assassins.
Well, I mean, what are we doing to this? Seems like it's getting more and more and more extreme. But like you said, relationships on the rocks. We'll see how it goes. We jump to Mexico, which we actually didn't mention that as we left season 4. Miguel leaves the All Valley, and he's going to go find his Faja for the first time. He's going to go head down to Mexico and try to find his dad. So we see that he finally has arrived. He's downtown. He's in the city. He doesn't know where he's headed. He bumps into a couple of Australians, a couple of Aussies, mate. And they decide to, at first it seems like they're trying to help him out, lend him some knowledge, show him the way. Turns out they're pulling a heist on him, trying to pull a fast one. They steal his bag, take all of his money for all he's got. Miguel just lays down.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I thought he was about to kick some ass in that scene.
Me too. I thought we were like, all right, here we go. We're just starting the season off. We're already getting into some karate. Miguel's going to mess these Aussies up. But I guess there was 4 or 5 of them, full-grown men. He's still just, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready to take on 4 or 5
He really
full
just
guys.
got there, too, so I get it.
True, yeah, it's true. Good point. Just got to Mexico. Doesn't want to cause too much of a disturbance. You don't want to go to jail in Mexico, man. You know what I mean?
That sounds terrible.
No. You don't want to go to jail down there.
Probably don't want to fight 2 Aussies either. Can't imagine that would pan out very well.
Oh, it was like 4 or 5.
I think it was 3. I think it was
3?
three.
At least 3. I thought it was like 4 or 5.
Group of kangaroos. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to mess with them.
Yeah, no, but full-grown men, like I said, you know what I mean? Still a kid, even though he's got some karate skills. He decides, you know what? I'm just going to pay these guys off. But then we quickly find out he's not the only one that's traveled down to Mexico.
That's very true.
That's right, baby. Johnny is come to find his boy, but he didn't come alone. He brought his other boy. He's down there with Robbie. And Robbie's not exactly sure why they're there yet. He thinks it's like, we just here on a little fucking father-daughter trip. What are we doing here? What's going on here? I say father-daughter because, as you guys will learn to realize quickly, I'm not a big fan of the hair. I call him the hair. Robbie's the hair. It's always good for is that
Robbie Keem.
those luscious locks. But
It's all about the hair.
Johnny comes out. Very funny scene here. Johnny, every scene with Johnny early off, I always loved Johnny. Like I said, one of my favorite characters. Hysterical all the time. Comes out with a bag of Mexican candy. Mexican Coke. I think it's just Coke here, which I thought was pretty funny. Comes out with a little fucking cat for Robbie. And then 2 awesome shirts. FBI, but not the FBI you think, female body investigators. Great.
Everything that Johnny does this entire season is just hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
I noticed it watching the season. Just every scene with him is funny.
He also, in this moment, he bought the prepaid phone. He thought that for whatever reason, that minute somehow converted just like money does, and thought that 30 minutes in prepaid for Mexican would actually convert to like 120 minutes American.
He's like, yeah, I got 60 minutos.
So perfect. Robbie just shrugs him off like, yeah, that's not exactly how this whole thing works. But the shirts, like I said, I thought were hysterical. Just so Johnny. Like I know as soon as he saw those, he was like, gotta have that shirt.
And little do you know, the shirts play a factor.
Oh yeah. Yep. Cobra Kai's great at that. They always plant little seeds. They're always one step ahead. But we go from there to I was shocked. I couldn't believe this scene that we went to next. We went to the Miyagi-Do dojo. And I thought for sure that even though Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang lost the All Valley at the end of Season 4 and they were supposed to be closing down shop, I thought for sure that. I mean, Daniel said it himself. He said, why, pay respect to a bet to men that have no respect. You know what I mean? I thought for sure they were going to keep things rolling. Apparently not. He actually closes down the dojo, tells the kids, sorry, guys, we lost the bet. Miyagi-Do's done.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
I was shocked by that, too, because Daniel's son never fights. I mean, never quits, so it was interesting to see that he was calling it quits, but he's holding true to his word. That's what he said he was going to do. He is a man of honor, unlike the other guys.
That is true. So. Miyagi taught him as much to be a man of honor, you know what I mean? It was just kind of surprising for me for him to go so fast, especially when he just called in Chosen. What the hell do we call Chosen in for, you know what I mean? But I guess we're going to find out soon enough. We go to back to Mexico, down across the border, and Miguel's going to do this thing where he's going to just start thinking that any person that's named Hector is his dad, which is very strange to me, but here we go. We're playing the lottery. First guy he hears about, Mexican convenience store, he hears the name Hector, his ears shot up like a dog, and he's like, gotta be my dad.
I love how the guy's like an absolute gangster, too, and he's just like, oh, yeah, this has got to be my father.
You I mean, I know, like, he knows his dad's a bad guy and stuff, but you get to this friggin', basically, like, this guy looks like he's a drug lord, you know what I mean? He's sitting at the head of the table, he's got all of his goons and assassins.
Tatted up.
Yeah, tatted up. He's got a doorman, which, I mean, if you have a doorman, that's kind of, you know, shit's going down if you got a doorman. And this guy, he's like, oh, yeah, it's got to be my dad, just because his name's Hector. Turns out, not so much. Ends up fucking finding his balls a bit, though. Messes up the doorman. The doorman tries to escort him out, puts his hand on him, bang! Puts him down real quick. Yeah. Finally found a little bit of those balls that we thought he was going to have. We know he's tough.
But the guy, he thinks his father's like, hey, buddy, I'm not the guy you're looking for. So if you don't get out of here, all these other guys, they're going to fuck you up right
Damn
now.
right. There's enough of them. Now, you know what I mean? I don't care how many tricks you got in the bag. Yeah. We got enough guys. Yeah, we're going to take you down. So Miguel finally is like, all right, you know, I accept that. I guess you should just said as much. But like I said, dude, just because you hear a guy's name's Hector doesn't mean it's going to be your dad. I mean, it's going to be like a common name down there, I'm sure. It's like,
You telling me there's multiple people in Mexico named Hector?
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a crazy thought
It's like
that
John
is.
up here.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. Let me narrow my search down in Portugal to João. Yeah, something like that. Like, wow, that's crazy.
So we stay, you know, south of the border. We go back to Robbie and Johnny. Robbie now knows that we're here for Miguel. He's a little annoyed. Johnny basically says, hey, if you want to go home, then so be it.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed if I was Robbie, too. He's gotten no attention from his father his entire life, and then he gets sold that he's going on this father-son bonding trip. Going to Mexico. And then he's, you know, we're 5 hours in the trip, and he's like, actually, I'm here to get Miguel. It's just like my illegitimate son from the women that I'm having sexual relations with.
This scene was funny though to me. Robbie mentioned do you have a plan? And that's when Johnny's like, yeah, we'll ask around, and then if that doesn't work, we'll just check the Mexican phone books for Hector Salazar, I believe it is.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. I think Robbie suggests putting his name on a milk carton, which I thought was pretty funny. Robbie asked, "Do we still?" Not Robbie. Johnny asked, "Do we still do that?"
I still do that?
A good back and forth banter though. Just the first time seeing really like Johnny and Robbie on screen together, actually kind of like conversing in a manner that's not for like 2 seconds in the same fashion. You know what I mean? It's always the same like awkwardness, like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, son? Like, what's up, dude?" But now it's actually them kind of actually bonding, having an experience together.
Yeah.
First time
I think the common hatred for Cobra Kai might be bringing them together a little bit. You know,
might be. It turns out they're gonna end up crashing. Car goes off road. From there we go to Daniel and Chosen. I'm sorry. They're getting their plans ready. Daniel's kind of telling Chosen a little bit about the situation that's been going on here in America, what's been going on in the Valley, what they're up against, Terry Silva, how his style of karate goes. And Chosen is ready to go. He has his twin size, his little Raphael blades from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He pulls them out of his jacket. He traveled ready to go. And he showed Danielson that he is ready for a war, man. He came here to fight. And I'm ready for it.
no, Chosen brings the energy in this season for sure.
I couldn't agree more. If I was my biggest takeaway from this season, I think entirely was Chosen. MV Chosen to me. Yeah. Great season for the guy.
Great character. It leads back to what you said earlier too, is that the show does a great job at introducing new characters, and this is another example of that. Not necessarily that he's new because he was from the previous franchise, but
in Karate Kid 2 and then in season 3. But I think that fans really, really liked what they did in season 3 a lot, and they were just like, all right, Chosen was a well-liked character. They liked what we did with him. They kind of did that revenge story. He teaches Daniel some stuff in season 3, and they were like, yeah, give us more.
The chosen one.
Yeah. But basically Chosen kind of says, you know, hey, I don't care about how bad Terry Silva is. This guy needs to be worried about me.
Yeah.
I'm the man to be worried about.
I'm the alpha around here.
That's right. And I was like, all right, you know what? This is going to be a big season for Chosen. And it was in that moment where I was just like, I think we're in for a big season for our boy here. Like I said, MVP of the season, and I think that was the first moment for him. We go from there back to Mexico. Miguel, poor guy, he's going to call his absolutely dreadful human of a girlfriend, Sam LaRusso.
The worst.
He's gonna talk to her from the first. Gonna talk to her for the first time since, you know, basically leaving her at the All Valley, which he said good luck to her and stuff like that. Just kind of bailed, didn't watch the match. But sure enough, what does Sam LaRusso do? The kid's like, hey, I'm down in Mexico. I'm by myself. I'm trying to find my dad. I'm trying to find a needle in a haystack. And what does Sam LaRusso do? She turns it all about her, like she always does.
Yeah, well, she does every single time. She makes it all about herself. You know, your boyfriend is down trying to meet his biological father that he's never met in his life and just recently found out about. And no support whatsoever, just makes it all about herself. Sam LaRusso is a disgusting, vile human being, and I don't like her.
Could not possibly agree more. And Miguel basically kind of says as much to her, basically, to be honest. He's pretty pissed off by the whole conversation. He ends up basically like hanging up on her. But like I was saying before, he thinks every Hector is his dad. He's 0 for 1 now. While he's on the phone, there's just a guy throwing a bag of trash into a dumpster who happens to be named Hector. And what does he think? Gotta be my dad.
Yeah, it's gotta be my father.
I gotta say, from an outside standpoint, this is a fucking dumb strategy to try to find your dad. From what I've listened to, so
it hasn't
far.
been great.
It's a wild move.
Yeah, this is a
Nobody
dumb
said Miguel's
strategy
the smartest
so far.
guy.
I gotta
You know,
be
he's
honest.
nice.
That's true. That's true. I mean, he does show a lot of knowledge. He teaches Johnny a lot. But as far as this strategy goes, I think he was really just living in the moment. He just kind of didn't have much of a plan. He just shot down to Mexico. He knew what town his dad might be in. He's just looking for a guy named Hector, man. Tough go. But we'll see if he goes, maybe his second go, he ends up following him. We'll see how it goes. We have a nice little hot-to-hot between Johnny and Robbie. Johnny kind of says that he knows that he messed up with Robbie. I'm sorry. Johnny, he messed up with Robbie. And it's almost too late to really fix that. We're already so past that. Miguel's a newer kid in his life, and he just messed up there, but there's still time for him to fix that. And as much as I hate to say it, Robbie looks at him like he really accepts that. He gets it. And I was like, well, what the fuck is going on here? I don't like that right out of the gate. Why is Robbie being so understanding? He's usually very temperamental and on guard and doesn't like to be second bested and stuff like that.
I think Robbie's just been beaten down so much he's just got nothing to fight for anymore.
Is it that or is he grown?
Yeah, maybe he's grown. Maybe
I don't know, man. I hate to even be the one to be the defender, but
very true. He does seem more mature than his father on this trip. He seems like he's laughing at his own dad's strategy here in terms of finding Miguel.
It doesn't take much to be more mature than John.
That's true.
But like I was saying, it really does almost pay me to say it. I'm not a Robbie fan, but what a good opening episode for Robbie, and really a great season for Robbie.
I love it. Stock's rising.
It really hurts me to say that. But like I said, he's very understanding. It's a good hot-to-hot. He has a nice little conversation, Johnny does, with Carmen on the phone. And then we go to a little bit of a little research, investigation, some little, little hot spy action from LaRusso and Chosen. They're sneaking out on Cobra Kai. They're outside one of their newest dojos. They're taking a look at Terry Silva. And Chosen, upon seeing Terry Silva for the first time, watching him in action, seeing him train some of his students, goes, oh, fuck. I know this style. And Daniel's taking it back. He's like, what you mean? He's like, this is Kim Sung-young. I know this style.
The Kim Sung-young.
Yeah, damn right. And he's right away, he's a little razzled by it, kind of. Daniel's like, what the hell? I thought this guy was fake. I thought he was just someone that Terry made up just to kind of buy me off. But turns out he's a real guy. And like I said, Chosen's a little bit worried about it. He shows Daniel's son his actual technique. No honor, no mercy. A lot of deception. He says that, whatever plan we do, if it's anything right in front of them, any plans like that, Terry's going to see it coming. We're going to move right around it. That's their whole style. Yeah. So that was pretty interesting to me. I liked that scene a lot. Like I said, it validated Terry Silva's character a little bit. Showed that he wasn't just trained by schmucks. He's actually got a real master over there.
Yeah, Sensei was ruthless.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, like I said, Chosen shows him, freaking gives him a fucking judo chop right to the throat. Russo's like, dude, you couldn't just show me? Just told me? Like, nah, that's not as good as just showing you. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you the little fucking bang bang.
Based off of deception, no honor.
Yeah, no kidding. But, like I said, very, very interesting scene just because now Kim Sung-young's an actual character. It's not just someone that we've heard about in the Karate Kid 3 movie. Now he's actually like a person. You have his style really shown out there. It's interesting. Miguel is going to be creeping on his second possible inspector of a dad. chasing him down, watching him. They're in downtown, and he sees that he's got a family now. He's got a wife, or a girl at least, and they have a kid. And Miguel's, chasing after him, plays a little soccer with the kid for a second, and then ends up saving the kid's life. Pulls him out of the street before he gets hit by a car. Saves his possible brother. He doesn't know yet if it is or not. Saves his brother from a possible car accident, basically. And gets invited to dinner. Seems like Dad's a good guy. We were told that he was supposed to be this gangster mafioso, if it is him, but if this is him...
They're playing up this Hector character as a much more possible match to be Miguel's father, because the first guy he meets was a gangster. This guy's very soft-spoken, very well put together, well-mannered, very polite. Seems like an intelligent guy with a good demeanor, so it seems much more of like a match to be Miguel's father.
Yeah, like I said, too, he's watching him through the whole little village and stuff like that. It's almost like a longer scene, so it does seem like you're right, like this is probably a more realistic guy than that first option that was just in the back of a convenience store. But like I said, gets invited to dinner, but seems like a good dude, you know what I mean? Like we were told, that's kind of, for me, that'd be a little bit of a red flag, because Miguel was told by his mom that this guy's supposed to be kind of a bad dude, and this guy seems pretty cool, you know what I mean? Looking very cleaned up, nice shirt, got it all flowing, looks like he's in a Portuguese soap opera. His wife got the senorita flowing. I mean, it looks like a good time. I watched plenty of friggin' Portuguese soap operas growing up in my vovó. I know what those guys look like. Got the slick back hair, nice tight mustache.
You know what they say, though? Don't judge a book by its cover.
That's true. They do say that. And then from there, we stay, like I said, south of the border again. We go to Johnny and Robbie again. And this was a big scene for me as a Robbie hater, boy. Robbie really started to turn that page to somebody I might like. Because we start off, Johnny's like, hey, if you don't want to be here, I kind of shanghaied you into this whole trip. You're not friends with Miguel.
I'll buy you a bus ticket home.
Damn right. I'll give you the money. Here you go. See you later. And Robbie doesn't say anything, but he's got a little look in his eye like, I think I'm going to check around. Johnny says, I'm going to go talk to these guys that I heard Miguel was talking to. Sure enough, the same Aussies. They try to pull the same 1-2 fast one on Johnny. Next thing you know, Johnny's looking down the barrel of a couple of Aussies. And who comes to his aid? We have the first son-father karate fucking mash mix-up. Johnny and Robbie kick some ass.
Yeah,
they lay
dope
the pipe.
scene.
Awesome scene.
I think this was the first time so far in Cobra Kai they fought together against the same enemy. Yeah,
they fought each other. Yeah, we saw that. Well, Johnny didn't really want to fight him. You know what I mean? He kind of was just blocking, but ended up knocking him out by accident anyway. But yeah, definitely the first time that they ever fought together. If you want to close that, you can by all means close that. We have a bunch of karate kids out in the valley.
Out on the street, practicing for the next All Valley tournament.
But yeah, definitely the first time that Johnny and Robbie are going to team up, and they are going to kick the crap out of these Aussies guys trying to pull a fast one.
Oh, yeah. Smoked them.
Get a little revenge for Miguel. And honestly, I was kind of like, like you said, I was a little disappointed with Miguel at that first scene that he didn't want to take these guys on. But after looking at the fight that they put up, I was like, you know what? Probably best Miguel didn't take that on by himself.
They followed it up perfect for Robbie and Johnny to kick some ass, that's for sure.
They sure did, yeah. Because they definitely whipped some ass. Robbie throws a straight WWF Attitude Era launch missile drop kick, which I thought was awesome. Yeah. But they laid the wood for sure. And basically, Robbie's being cool. I don't know how else to say about it. Robbie's stock is absolutely rising. He says to Johnny that I'm not taking the bus ride home. I'm sticking around with you. I'm going to help you find Miguel. Let's bring Miguel home.
He goes, I want to truly help, which I think is different from him being with Cobra Kai. And
yeah, he wants to make up not with just his dad, but he also says he wants to make up with Miguel.
Yeah, which I find astounding because nobody has been screwed over in their life in this particular show more than Robbie Keane. So the fact that he's trying to take the high road and saying that he wants to help and amend bridges, I find it remarkable.
Absolutely. But if there is one person that really hasn't done necessarily actually up front, like backstabbing much to him, it would be Miguel. And he did literally almost paralyze him or possibly kill him.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
He may have done that.
You know what I'm saying? If there was one guy that he actually owes a little bit of slack to, it's Miguel. And it seems like he realizes that. You know, he says that he wants to make up for that. So good on Robbie. A great episode for Robbie, as much as I hate to say it. I got to be honest. Los has been, from the very jump, I know we're on season 5 now. We haven't been able to cover all these previous seasons. But from Jump Street, Los has been on Team Robbie.
Day one, ride or die, Robbie Keane, the hair.
It pains me to say, as one of his biggest, haters, I hate to say it, but what a great episode for Robbie.
Oh, man.
And I'm buying some stock. If there's any stock available, I'm going to try to get what I can on him. I'm going to try to buy some stock.
I came for the hair, and I stayed for him getting screwed over season after season.
Question is, Los, are you allowing him on the bandwagon, or are you? Is there room for more?
I don't know if I want to even be on
I don't want Nick on the bandwagon.
I don't even know if I want to be on the wagon. Yeah, I'm still deciding.
It's like, hold on.
I'm still deciding. It was a really good episode. I ain't going to lie. It was a real
Nick
good
said
episode.
some vile things about the hair.
I don't like the hair. I'm not going to lie. I don't like the hair. But I can come around. I can come around on anybody, and especially with these writers. They can fix anybody. That's the best thing about this show is that absolutely nobody is all the way good or all the way bad. Just like people. Everyone's got their little flaws. Everyone's got their bad day. You know what I mean? That's what makes this show so great, in my opinion. But we end the episode with an awesome scene. We go to the Cobra Kai dojo. Terry Silver's giving a little monologue. We're trying to figure out who he's talking to. It doesn't sound like he's talking to his students. Turns out he's not. He's talking to all of basically the senseis that you see from the other dojos in the All Valley tournaments. He's brought them all into Cobra Kai. He's looking to hire some new senseis to try and train up his students because obviously the Cobra Kai expansion's happening. We're popping up new places all over. We need more senseis. But we find out we got a rogue warrior in our midst who snuck in. MVP Chosen.
The Japanese assassin.
Snuck in. That's right, like an assassin. He snuck right in, and he's one of the senseis looking for a job.
Yeah, they're all bidding for a job. So
awesome closing scene.
Chosen absolutely killed that episode. I thought he was hilarious from the jump. Opening scene him at the pool throughout the whole episode. He was hilarious. So great way to start the season.
Couldn't agree more. I was always obviously Karate Kid 2. His character kind of very one dimensional. Just a bad guy, very asshole. Don't do anything with him. But as soon as we brought him into season 3, we saw the little redemption arc already starting. You know what I mean? Show what we can do as an actor. How he's very funny. He just put some jokes on the Russo. And now we're gonna really give him a real season to thrive. It looks like, just based off of this first episode.
Yeah, he's gonna be a major player going forward.
Yep, he absolutely is. But like we said, great first episode. I was hooked right away. It felt good to be back. It was almost no time, 9 months, but it felt so good to dive right back in. I mean, the fact that they pumped these seasons out so fast is awesome. But I would say, leaving that first episode, right away we kind of get the vibe that this season is going to be very summer orchestrated. It's not going to, we're not going to... Season 6 is probably we're going to be in the school year, the All Valley, all that good stuff.
Like you said, we really pick up right where we left off at the end of season 4. So All Valley just took place. If you're thinking it from the logical standpoint, probably not going to get another All Valley this season, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yep. Amanda LaRusso actually mentioned it at the beginning of the episode. It's kind of like open season now because now it's summer. These kids got no classes. They can go out and do whatever they want. There's no parental supervision, really, you know what I mean? And Cobra Kai is basically open season, you know what I mean? So, we'll see how it goes. But we go into episode 2, Mole, which I thought was kind of funny because it wasn't just mole. There was a little parenthesis over the E, kind of adding a little Mexican vibe to it. A little
Mexican flair to it.
Mole. But we know who the mole obviously is from where we left off. Chosen's obviously the inside guy. And we open up in 1972 with a little flashback scene to Okinawa, which right away I was kind of thinking of the Kreese flashbacks from the previous season. I was like, all right, cool. I love these little flashbacks. But we look like we got some intense karate training going on. These guys are just fucking stabbing
their hands,
shit out of fucking sand, which I imagine is not soft at all. Got to be hard as shit.
Yeah, you can see that the sand had a little bit of red tinge to it too, so they were clearly bleeding from their hands while they were doing it.
Yeah,
can't be fun.
Brutal training. You'll notice that all the gis have the golden fist, which is the strike hard, strike first, no mercy style, the way of the fist. It's the similar logo. But we find out that we are with Chosen. Child Chosen, though. And here he is. He's training under his uncle, who was trained in the way of the fist, just like Terry Silver and Kreese were. And he is, even though he's a kid, he's stabbing into that sand, or so we think. Turns out he's got a little pillow under there trying to brace the fall.
Cheating.
Sensei realizes it, calls him a coward, says, "Is this who you are, Chosen?" Throws it on the ground. And I was shocked, but what does Chosen do? Picks the pillow back up, shoves it back in the sand, and keeps on stabbing the pillow.
Just goes to show he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, very, very different child Chosen from who we know is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very different. He's going to have a big, circular movement there because that's not who he is. He's definitely intensified. He doesn't look for the way out no more. But I thought that was like I said, cool flashback scene. I like the flashbacks in this show.
Yeah.
I loved the Kreese flashbacks. Yeah. I thought those were awesome. So I'm all good with all of those.
Cool way to open up the episode,
Definitely. So we go back, Cobra Kai. We go to Silva. He's basically saying that your job interview for these senseis is going to be working with the students. Let's see how you work with the kids. And what does Chosen do right away? He grabs Tori instantaneously and starts seeing what she's got. And Tori, who entered this meeting late, she enters it without her trophy. So she hasn't brought her trophy to the dojo yet, which normally, if you win a trophy for your dojo, you want to have that thing out on a pedestal for all to see, show who we are as a dojo. It seems like she's already, right away, the first scene that we see of Tori, having second thoughts, knowing that Cobra Kai might have bought that tournament off.
Yeah, absolutely. She's pretty pissed off, you can tell.
Kreese is gone. Kreese has been arrested due to Terry Silva's working. You know what I mean? Kreese is out. He's in jail. So they had a tight relationship. He helped her, in a dark time when she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to return to the dojo. Now she knows that Terry Silva paid off. She's showing up late. She ain't bringing her trophy. Kind of seems like right out of the gate, she's like, I don't know if I want to be here anymore, which I found very interesting. But Chosen has a good little scene with her. He kind of teaches her up a little bit, teaches her mind a little bit. She ends up showing off some good stuff. And then Terry Silva's so interested, he ends up inviting Chosen to dinner.
Yeah. My main takeaway from this scene, I loved the connection between Chosen and Tori. I wanted more of that, to be honest with you, because he was teaching her little life lessons.
And she seemed to be buying into it.
Yeah.
She was like nodding along. Yeah.
And that's what she needs, honestly, more than anything. She needs a mentor in her life, and Chosen, I feel like he's a badass dude. I feel like them two would be a pretty good combination together. I definitely want to see more of that.
I think that's a good call. I never really thought about the two of them together, but I think that's a good idea. And I think you're absolutely right. I think that Tori's already a badass fighter. I don't think she so much needs the karate sensei. Yeah. I think she needs more of the wisdom sensei.
Yeah, wisdom and the discipline, stuff like that.
Which, what hasn't she been to yet? Miyagi-do.
Exactly.
Which is kind of what they focus on, you know what I mean? So it almost seems like it's just a matter of time. All these other kids have been making their way through all the dojos. They've all been here, there, everywhere, except for Tori. She's been strictly at Cobra Kai. But like you said, it seems like she's buying into it, you know what I mean? So we go from there. Johnny's car is getting impounded, it looks like. He's completely unaware of what the guy's asking him. He's trying to
zero Spanish in Mexico. Didn't work out too well for him.
Thinks the guy's asking about his paint job for his car at first.
Sick decals, I know. It's like, I know, bro, sick decals.
Then basically is asking him if he just wants to be bite off. You need money? You want pesos? The guy's like, nah, bro. Like, I don't want money. I want you to move your fucking car. Johnny basically gets fed up, trying to walk away. Robbie's trying to give him advice, which, I mean, we've obviously seen. Robbie's already got some, background with the law and stuff like that. He's a little bit of an outlaw. But the car ends up getting impounded, which is very funny. I thought they're chasing after it. Johnny runs for like 2 seconds. But I thought it was a pretty funny scene. We stay south of the border. Miguel goes to, we're now at his possible dad's house.
Nice house, might I add.
Yeah, definitely.
I was curious to see where they were going, but this guy's got a pretty nice crib in Mexico, so I was pretty impressed. They got a little pool outside, beautiful kitchen that they're hanging out in.
Yeah. He dresses the pot, too. Has the house. And Miguel basically pretty quickly finds out after a little bit of conversing that sure enough, this is in fact his dad. He was in Ecuador. He had a wife for a short time. Things didn't work out. They left. And sure enough, he found his dad.
And the way that they spin the scene too, they make it very like sorrowful. Like he was almost broken up about him having to. I mean, about his fiance leaving him. Or
nothing like what the moms. Nothing like what the moms made it out to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he played it off very much so that his heart was broken in this, and it was the love of his life, and she left him. So
absolutely, still playing the absolute opposite of what his mom said.
Yeah.
Very interesting. You know what I mean? It seems like this guy seems like a pretty good dude.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty nice guy. So it seems definitely like it could be possibly Miguel's father, just considering they both have a nice demeanor. So,
and then he basically ends the scene. He says, "Miguel, let's go out for a night on the town.
Yeah.
You're only in Mexico." He found out that he's from America, so he knows he's only here visiting. You know what I mean? He says, "Hey, you need some stories? Let's go out on the town. I'll show you a good night."
You can't leave Mexico without a few good stories,
That's right. And Miguel's like, "All right, let's do it." Not dad, but all right, let's do it, Hector.
Pour up some tequila, let's go, baby.
Yep. So we go to we go to the pepper eating contest.
Yeah, need some money for the van. Van got towed. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna win a hot pepper chili eating contest.
Awesome. Great scene, very Cobra Kai-esque, I would say. Very just like, all right, let's have some fun. You know what I mean? Let's get the money. Only one way to do it. Johnny's like, all right, like if you see me fucking getting ready to puke, like make sure I don't fucking puke. And Robbie's like, no. Dad, get out of here.
Stock's rising.
I got this. I know I can win this. And again, like you said, stock's rising, man. I was like, oh shit, okay, Robbie. He seems like he had some background in this. His mom and him and his mom used to watch like I guess a TV show about hot peppers and shit.
Yeah, he said he watched Hot Ones on YouTube.
There you go. I thought that was pretty funny. But sure enough, Robbie hops on the table. He's going up against a sight for sure. Guy looks like a massive man, bald as can be, not a hair on any part of his body.
Yeah, the hot peppers burned him all off.
No shit, dude. Looks like a guy who makes a living eating hot peppers. But it turns out they go through a whole fucking jar. Whole mason jar,
hot ass
smashing those things.
Robbie's sweating his ass off.
Sweating out that hair gel.
Yeah.
All that fucking hair grease is starting to come out.
It didn't look the best.
You still he didn't lie. Let me tell you, if that was me, you would have looked a lot better than I did. I would have been fucking red as a tomato.
That's me on a great day.
No shit, man. Can you imagine what that would do to your stomach? No shit. Think about your insides, man. You know what that does to your stomach eating that many peppers like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
like if you burp too, imagine that. Oh, how that must feel.
And you can't vomit.
Hey, that's honestly the worst thing that you want to do, probably too. That's just worse.
Oh,
that's
coming all up. Yeah,
that's gotta be awful.
It's gonna light your esophagus on fire. They made sure to give him nice big glasses of milk, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah,
they got the milk ready to go. But like I said, Robbie's doing his thing. They're running through the mason jars, and they get to the bottom of it, and he goes, "All right, let's do the hottest pepper."
Uno mas.
Yeah, uno mas. One more. The hottest one you got.
El Diablo.
Pretty much, the guy goes, El Dragon. Yeah, the El Dragon pepper.
And fucking sure enough, Robbie, he fucking grabs that pepper. He does a little miyagi-do action. Whoosh, and swallows that motherfucker down. Buries it. The Mexican guy that he's going up against cannot believe his eyes. I don't think he ever in a million years thought he'd have to eat that thing. He tries to do it himself. And sure enough, he can't do it. Ends up spitting it out all over the place. Robbie gets the job done. Robbie's stock continues to rise.
Unbelievable.
I mean, my God. I hate to say it, like I said, but
Strong start to season 5. Just going to say it.
already kicked ass with his dad in season 1. Decided to stick around and help Miguel. Didn't act like the... Let's be honest. He has a tendency to occasionally be a little overdramatic and stuff. Get worked up very easily. You know what I mean?
He's
He
been
seems more
screwed
sen-
over every
Yes.
turn of his life.
You're not wrong. He absolutely has. But he seems like he's got a lot of chi. A lot of chi this season. A lot of chi.
Balance. He found balance from Daniel LaRusso.
Yep. We go to a quick conversation, which I did not like. As much as I love Miguel, Miguel's my guy. He calls up his mom, and he's very rude to his mom. kind of says, Mom, you fucking told me Dad's a fucking bad guy. He's a fucking Scarface killer. This guy's the man. He's fucking showing me dinner. He's got a cool house. He's got a nice woman and kid. They fucking bring me out to eat tonight or whatever. We're going out to the clubs. What the hell? Why'd you do this to me?
Yeah, he's having the time of his life, but
I don't care how cool this guy seems, man. Come on. Your mom's been nothing but awesome this whole show. And there's one, Common's had no bad scenes, in my opinion, in this show. You know what I mean?
She's a saint.
I mean, what the hell? We can't be calling out Common like that. And like I said, Miguel's my boy. I didn't like to see that at all.
It did seem like he had a kind of a point, though. You know,
Yeah.
The guy Hector seemed like an outstanding fellow.
Maybe he's turned a page, you know what I mean? You know, maybe he was a bad guy before. Maybe he turned the page. Maybe he's, people clean up their act.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if that's the case, you don't got to be fucking calling out Carmen. Like I said, she's a damn good ma. Every scene, a lot of people, like I said, in this show, everyone's got their fucking their cycles. They go good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Carmen's been pretty damn solid for the most part. She got a little worked up when Miguel got almost paralyzed and died. Very, reasonable.
Understandable.
And at the very beginning, like in season 1, the first couple times he gets beat up and stuff like that. Again, a little worked
Oh, my son.
Yeah. But again, reasonable, you know what I mean? Once she learns that he can handle his own and stuff like that, she's down to have him training. Obviously, Johnny helps him walk, so she's all about the karate thing now. But, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't like that. I'm a Miguel stan. I love Miguel. One of my favorite characters in the show. Don't be mean to Common, because Common's awesome. I love Common. But we go back to, Cobra Kai from there, right? Yeah, we go back to Cobra Kai. Chosen is invited to dinner. He basically says to Silva, that's how Silva invites Chosen to dinner. Gets rid of the senseis. And then he has a quick little session with Tori because she decides to stick around.
Yeah.
And what does Tori do? She fucking calls him out on the All Valley from season 4 and says, hey, I know you paid off the officials. And what does Silva do? Doesn't deny it. Yeah. Doesn't run from it.
That did.
Just goes right into it, which I think might have been a smart move. Says, I'll do whatever it takes to win. Says you won the fight regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he says everybody knows it. Daniel LaRusso knows it. The All Valley knows it.
Interesting scene.
I do think he has a point in a sense. Like, she did win the fight regardless, but...
She did win the fight regardless. It would have been closer. Well, yeah, it would have been closer, but she would have won the fight regardless. And also... he says basically, I know it seems like he almost has the feeling that she's on the rocks a little bit. So like now he knows probably why she's late, why she hasn't brought her trophy. Now he knows that she knows that they cheated. All right, he kind of gets the predicament that he's in. Says, listen, I did what I did. I'll do whatever it takes to win. And if you come back, I promise you I will make you the future of this dojo.
It's a pretty nice offer.
Which I think is exactly what she thinks.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
The dojos are expanding. They're better. They're stronger than ever. They're going to make me the future. Yep. Sounds pretty good.
We'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, where can I sign?
Right, yeah. She was in that commercial that opened up the season, the first episode. Yeah. They had like a big promo for her. We're proud to have the first women's All Valley champion, Tori. So they're already starting to kind of put those pieces in. He's saying, all right, we're going to double down even more. And we're really going to back you. So... like you said, tough decision for Nichols. You know what I mean? She's kind of got to be on the fence, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah. Tough decision to make.
Definitely. So from there, we find out, we go back to Mexico. We are road tripping. Robbie and Johnny are back on the road. We have our van back. And we find out that Mr. Robbie pulled a fucking fast one. In the midst of his miyagi-do movements, he did a little... sleight of hand, little Donnie Blaze action from fucking Billy Walsh this week. Slipped the pepper down his sleeve, switched it out for a Mexican candy, and bing, bang, boom, won the fight without even eating the pepper. And Johnny's very impressed. Yeah. He's proud of his boys he's ever been in his life.
Exactly. You could tell he was like, that's my boy.
That's badass.
He's like, that's badass.
Probably the first time that Robbie's ever had the pride of his father before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least firsthand. You know what I mean? Johnny made it seem like he was proud of him for the fucking tournament, but that was like after in a Home Depot and shit. This is right after the fact, like bing, bang, boom. Good job, kid. That was fucking awesome. I liked that scene, though.
Got him the van back,
Yep, got the van back, the whole thing. And then what happens? But we get a little phone call, and we find out we have a tip from Carmen exactly where Miguel is headed. She just talked to him on the phone, even though he was an asshole. We were able to hear Hector in the background, and we find out, we think we know exactly where he's going. She tells Johnny and Robbie, so now they are inbound. We go back to Miguel, and they are at basically the Shang-Chi fighting pit. They're in an underground Mexican fight club.
Love
and
it.
who is there but to me? We're going to, two of these, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys watching. We're going to get two, at least to my knowledge, maybe more, but at least two MMA fucking cameos in this season. But here comes number one. Eric Anders makes his cameo. He's a fighter in the fucking fighting pits, fighting for Miguel's dad.
Vicente the Wolf.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Awesome nickname. Very funny, though. As soon as I saw him, right away, I was just like, I know that guy. Yeah. Me and Los, big MMA fans, we watch a lot of the MMA fights. Eric Anders, not one of the bigger fighters, but as soon as I saw him, I was like, I know that guy. And I think you were the one that pulled it up.
Yeah.
But right away, I was just like, yep. I knew it. I was like, I love to see that shit, though. Like,
yeah, I like the cameos. Yeah, I appreciate the cameos because those guys, like, they're not doing that because they're making any sort of like substantial money from it. They are fans of the show and they want to be involved in it.
They're probably the ones making the call almost.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? They're like, yo, like, I love the show. If you got an extra role or anything like that, like, let me know. I'll be in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love to see that shit. That just kind of shows everybody loves this show. You know what I mean? But we leave the fighting pit. We find LaRusso's getting chosen, all dressed up, getting him ready for dinner in one of his suits. But LaRusso's nervous. You can tell he's sweating this out. Even though Chosen seems like he's got a nice foot in the door, Silva doesn't know what he's up to yet. Or we don't think. Silva's always a step ahead, but he's a smart guy. But to this point, we don't think he's a step ahead. But LaRusso, still pretty nervous. Chosen, trying to, kind of put him at ease and stuff like that. But what do you think? You think Silva's already on to him here or no?
Nah, I didn't get that vibe at all.
You don't think so? You think that you think he's like?
No, I think Terry's curious, but I think that Terry he's always looking for people coming at him at different angles. So I think he's always on the watch.
Chosen established himself above the senseis from the rest of the group. Definitely.
Yeah, so he's feeling him out. He invited him to dinner. We're gonna have a little bit more of an intimate one-on-one conversation and feel him out from there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Like I said, Silva's always, a lot of the time, he's a smart guy, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of, resources and people that he can call up and stuff like that. But I'm with you. I don't think he was on to him just yet. But we go back to the fight club, and we have Miguel and Hector. They're chilling out. They're watching the fights. And who shows up but Johnny and Robbie? Fresh off Common's tip. They show up, and what are they wearing but the shirts that Johnny bought in episode 1?
The FBI.
The FBI female body instructor shirts, which look just like fucking FBI shirts.
At least from the front.
So we got two gringos walking into an underground fight club wearing FBI shirts. And what does the fucking security do right away? They voice up to Hector, hey, we got two fucking white guys walking in FBI shirts, dude. Something's fucking going on.
So this is the first time that you see Hector really kind of crack in terms of his good guy character that he's playing. And
seems like the coolest dude in the club, and then all of a sudden, bang.
Yeah, and he starts questioning Miguel, like, who did you come here with? Who are you on the phone with? Which really starts going, where's this coming from? Like, this guy seemed like the nicest guy here, and it's clearly he's got something to hide now.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a big sign. Yeah, like, what do you mean, who was I on the phone with? I'm literally on the phone with my mom. And he passes it off so, like passive aggressively, like, oh yeah, that's what all the FBI agents say, is that they're on the phone with their ma. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ends up fucking asking for his phone, which like Miguel's like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, all right, bro, fine. Like, here's my phone. What does the dude do? Starts going through his pictures. Obviously, you see Miguel's not an FBI agent. Which, if any one of his security agents had eyes, they would have continued to look at Johnny and Robbie as they walked by them and read the shirts and been like, yo, my bad, dude. We just got two morons here.
Yeah, exactly. No shit.
This is a generic 40-year-old dad shirt that you're wearing. Yeah, my fault.
Considering they bought the shirts in Mexico, too, so.
For real. They do look so real, though. It's so funny. And when you get to it, you know what I mean? They obviously look outsiders, you know what I mean? They don't look like they belong here. But sure enough.
Very true.
He looks through Miguel's phone, looks through some pictures, realizes, all right, obviously Miguel's not one of them. My bad, bro. My bad. But what do? We go and we go back to Johnny. Johnny's basically brought in, but Eric Anders comes over and basically says, hey, Hector, like, you're not getting to Hector without getting through me, basically. Yeah. So we have Johnny Lawrence against Eric Anders, MMA professional fighter, which was an awesome scene. Hysterical fight. We have the Mexican commentator laying down awesome commentary.
That was the best part of the whole scene, in my opinion. It was hilarious. The Mexican commentator that was commentating all the fights just gets in on the action and is just commentating this fight between Johnny and Eric Anders, and it was just hilarious.
We have karate versus MMA. His kicks are fast as lightning.
He's just saying everything in Spanish. It's just hilarious. It's just he's just so animated about everything.
Yeah, no shit. Super animated, loving his life, having a great time. And then Johnny gets put in a little bit of a chokehold. Things aren't looking great. It looks like Anders might get the best of it. He tells Robbie to lay off. But Robbie says, nah, hang on. Let me throw you this red pepper that I've been saving in my pocket.
Saves the day once again.
Again, Robbie's stock rising. He has the pepper that he didn't eat, salvaged in his back pocket from the sleight of hand trick. Tosses it to Johnny. Johnny squashes the pepper right in Eric Anders' eye.
Starts
Knocks
burning.
him out.
There's a little roundhouse kick to him right when his eyes were bothering him from the pepper.
Knocks Eric Anders straight out. MMA fighter down. Johnny won.
Commentator going bananas.
White lightning. But awesome scene. Again, like you said, Robbie, stock up, man. Guy just keeps doing the deed, man.
A good strong start to the season, that's for sure.
He just keeps doing it all. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. But we go back to dinner. Yep. We have Silver and Chosen. Silver has invited him down to his special little room, basically showing off his samurai swords, which seems like, based on Cobra Kai, might be a little bit of foreshadowing. You know what I mean? We see things like this. Seems like we might get a little play in later, maybe. But who knows?
The thing I like most about this scene too is Chosen really plays it off good that he's still not 100% bought into even working for Cobra Kai. He's baiting in Terry Silver so good.
Absolutely.
That was my favorite part of the scene. Is he's like, what makes you think that I even want this job?
Chosen. Like you said, already think, Terry Silver thinks he's already got him worked. He thinks that everybody wants to work for Cobra Kai. You know what I mean? They just won the All Valley. All the senseis want to work for us.
House, he gives you some 50-year-old or some 50-year-old whiskey.
Whiskey.
One or the other.
Yeah, gives him some fire-ass
He thinks
whiskey.
that's all it takes.
But yeah, like you said, Chosen trying to play the long con, trying to figure out exactly what he's up to. Because he knows that it's not just the All Valley. It's not just the Valley. What are we trying to do? And Silver's like, not so fast. You know what I mean? Not until you're officially in. But sure enough, Chosen's like, all right, if that's the case, then I'm officially in. They have a little toast, drink their drink, and that basically wraps... Oh, no, not yet, actually. I'm sorry. But that basically wraps up that scene. They have a little toast, and it seems like Chosen's officially in. You know what I mean? It seems like he passed the test. It seems like we're going to find out what Silver's up to, maybe. But we know he's gonna. We know he's got a con going. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Chosen's inside. Let's find out.
Seems like mission successful.
Yeah, definitely. Seems like we got a man on the inside. Hence the Mole title. Yeah. We're really we're fully blown in now. Second to last scene. We've now left the Fight Club. After Johnny kicked the crap out of Eric Anders, Hector and decided, all right, FBI's here. I got to get the hell out of here. These guys are killing the crap out of my fighters.
Brings Miguel to some sort of bodega.
Little bodega bar. It looks like that he probably owns or something like that. No one in there. Basically just fucking pouring them drinks. Says, all right, we're going to lay low for a week or two. Miguel's like, what the fuck? A week or two? You got a family. You got a wife and kid.
Yeah. Dude's like, this is when the cracks really start to show in Hector's personality and who he actually is.
The cracks pouring.
He's been drinking all night. He's boozed up on tequila. He's getting all paranoid. Yeah, he's paranoid. And this is really when the cracks begin to show.
Yep, absolutely. Basically, a little conversation, and Miguel's going to find out that his dad is exactly what his mom has always said. He's a bit of a scumbag. He talks about what happened in Ecuador with his mother.
Success.
Yeah.
Success happened.
That's right. His mom was stepping in the way of his business. He can't go back to Ecuador now, it turns out. Yeah. And what does he say? But he regrets none of it. Yeah. That's the profit of doing business.
Yeah. Pulls out a gun meanwhile he's talking.
Yeah, that's right.
Just so casually. So casually while he's talking to Miguel. He just pulls out a handgun. Lays it, and it was a nice one too. It was all chromed out.
Yeah, they always have. Always.
It wasn't just a regular Glock 9 that an officer has on him.
When you're south of the border,
chromed out Glock.
You gotta show those diamonds, baby. That chrome, that gold. But like you said, those cracks bursted open. Miguel now knows, all right, my dad he's owning fucking fight clubs. He's accusing me right out of the gate. You know what I mean? This guy's every bit of the scumbag. He's ditching his wife and his kid now. This guy's a scumbag. And Miguel's like, all right, you know what? I'm not fucking laying over here. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not fucking wanted. I'm out of here. Bails, leaves his dad, calls his mom up, which I enjoyed very much. She deserved that damn call. Apologizes. He's crying. Mom, I'm sorry. You were right. And who shows up at that moment but his real damn dad?
Yeah.
Johnny friggin' Lawrence.
This guy right
These
here.
things are falling over like crazy. Who cares? But Johnny Lawrence shows up.
Yeah.
And they have a nice little moment.
Yeah, that was a nice symbolic moment in this show because it was like, forget about your dad that doesn't give a shit about you. Like, your real dad who just drove 500-something miles to come get you in Mexico, didn't even know where you were.
Yep.
Just did it out of pure love for you, and he's not even related to you, but he views you as a son. That was it's like, and I think Miguel realized in that moment too, like this is my real dad. Like,
I think so too. Even when he's on the phone with his mom, he that's when he sees Johnny, and he's like, "It's all right, mom. Like, I'm coming home," kind of thing. It's like he's overwhelmed to see like dad's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though it might not be my real dad, this is the most dad I've ever had.
Yeah, this is the guy that actually cares about me. You know.
Yep. Like you said, drove however many miles down to Mexico, fucking to go get him on a whim. Had no idea where he was going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's someone that cares about you, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
And Miguel, like I said, that's the Miguel I know. You know
That was a nice scene. I like that one.
Definitely. And he looks over at Robbie, and he definitely a little bit of surprise in his eyes. You know what I mean? Definitely a little shocked to see that that Robbie's there with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely, I don't think he was expecting that for sure.
No.
Obviously, with the history that they've had.
But hey, Robbie's trying to turn over a new leaf. He's trying to, amend the bridges that he burned in the past. So.
Definitely. Miguel's a very reasonable kid, too. I'm sure, like, as soon as he saw that, I bet that probably meant something to him. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Miguel's a good dude. Like I said, one bad scene. Everyone in the show has their moments. You know what I mean? But we finish off the episode back at Cobra Kai. Tori walks in. She's brought her trophy. She puts it up on the wall, so it looks like she's, officially in.
She made a decision. She's back with Cobra Kai.
Yep. And then she's quickly realizing that she's the only one here. She's like, hey, where's everybody else? Why is there no class going on? You know what I mean? There should be, what the fuck's going on? Silva says, no class today. Glad to see you here. I know I told you if you were here, we'd make the season about you. Don't worry about it. They keep the phone. I know we'd make the dojo about you, but no class today. Tori's like, all right. Word.
Smell ya.
Yeah, all right, cool, no problem. I'll bail.
Yeah, I'm a teenage girl. I'll go figure something else to do.
Yeah, no shit. And then who walks in but all of our new senseis? We got Chosen. We have all of our other senseis from the valley. And it turns out that Chosen slipped up at dinner.
He did indeed.
When we were toasting to our new job, it seems that we said the wrong toast. He said, what was it, career, I think? Or kari?
Kari. Yeah.
Kari.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
I guess,
apparently Okinawa expression.
Yeah, an Okinawan expression, exactly.
Yep. And kanpai is the expression from Kyoto, is what Silva says.
Yep.
So basically, Chosen used the wrong words, which shows that his entire character and that the role that he's playing is a lie. Terry Silva does a little background investigation, finds out that he's tight with LaRusso, and what the fuck? We got to make him pay. Turns all of his other senseis that he's trying to hire on Chosen. And what does Chosen do? He fucks them up. Says, yo, this is it, Silva. No expansion. You're done messing with the LaRussos. No more hiring senseis. You keep doing anything you're doing, you're gonna mess with me.
Yeah, that was a great scene. The scene of him actually fighting the 6 different senseis that were there was hilarious. Like,
Awesome.
he just absolutely makes it look easy, fucks them all up, and does it with some swag. And that was a good scene in that, and a good way to end that episode.
Definitely. Also makes it very obvious to why that these kids keep dominating the All Valley. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we see who's training them, and this is what he's doing to the other kids, the other kids senseis that we're fighting against. These guys all stink.
Another big thing I took away from the end of this episode too, is that Terry explains that he does have his own connections in Japan, in Kyoto, and that's how he kind of realized that with the different celebration or different cheer kari that Chosen used, but it just goes to show he's got a lot of connections, and not only does he have connections, but he has connections in Japan. So I think that might play into be quite a factor later on down the road.
As soon as Chosen recognized his fighting style, it legitimized his connection to China and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So right away. And so you open the door for him to be able to, use those connections. We know that Terry Silver, that's his whole game, you know what I mean? Like, he's got the money, he's got the connections, that's what he does, you know what I mean?
That's his strength.
He's not creased. Exactly. That's his strength. You know what I mean? But,
great way to end the episode. And
definitely.
Just makes you want to hit the play next button on the bottom right-hand corner.
yeah, no doubt. Like we said, we weren't wrong. I predicted that we would binge through that entire season on that opening Friday night, and we sure did. But like you said, as soon as these first 2 episodes were done, there was no reason to even think about hitting that pause button. We were firing and we were going.
Get a smoke, get a bag of chips, hit play.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. But definitely a good episode. I'm glad that we wrapped up the Mexican storyline. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought we got a good time with it. I'm glad that we didn't draw it out any longer.
No, I totally agree. I mean? 2 episodes is good. Yeah. Give me 2 episodes and then let's move on. But yeah, let's get back to the Valley and start getting some of these storylines progressed a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get the kids back. You know what I mean? I want to see where Robbie and Miguel settle in with the rest of the crew now, especially with like Robbie seeing to be out with Cobra Kai. I want to see where they all fit in and stuff. But like I said, I enjoyed the Mexico thing. I thought it was fun. Thought it was a good time. Thought it was a little weird, like I said, the whole thing that him just thinking Eddie Hector was his dad. But,
yeah.
And then working out, I guess. Second time's the charm.
A desperate child does looking for his daddy.
Yeah, no kidding. I think it's TV. Only the second time was the good. You know what I mean? It could have been there for fucking days. Could have been like the 57th time. It almost happened. But it was a cool thing. I think it was big for Miguel's character. I think that was the biggest thing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that question of where did I come from? Who is my dad? Did he want me? Who is he? What's he like? Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And I think this really, like we said, solidified the fact that not only did he look to Johnny as like a role model, as a sensei, but he really does look to him in a fatherly role.
Yeah, for sure.
And boy, are we going to kind of find out why in this third episode. Episode 3, Playing with Fire. And boy, are we going to play with fire in this episode. We open up, very, very, very funny scene. We're at a clubhouse. We're playing some golf. LaRusso and Chosen have just hustled LaRusso's cousin and Anush. They just beat him for a whole bunch of money. Chosen's counting his dough, having a good time.
Having a nice laugh at their expense.
Yeah. LaRusso's cousin saying, I told you, Okinawa, they got fucking golf courses all over the place.
It's basically one big golf course.
Yeah. Chosen again shows you question my honor. I'm just playing. It's fine. But again, just showing how well-rounded his character is now. You know what I mean? Showing that he's funny and tough all at the same time. Turns out Terry Silver's there at the same golf course.
Scumbag.
Everybody in this show is always at the same place. They're always in the same place. But Terry's there. And all of them, not a bad little deal if you ask me, to be totally honest. Says, hey, listen, you just infiltrated my dojo. You tried to pass off as a sensei, get some inside information. I'm going to let all that shit go. Let's just call it quits right now. Yeah. You're done. Yeah. I'm done messing.
No repercussions, no nothing. Like, exactly. You stay out of my way. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
I won't bring any...
No retaliation.
No retaliation. Nothing to you.
And... all you got to do is stand down, basically. And what happens, but one of the best lines of the entire season, I would basically say, we find out Chosen, he goes, you're playing, what is it? Silva says, you're playing with fire, Danny.
Yeah.
And
he goes, yeah. Terry goes, you're playing with fire, Danny boy.
And I am gasoline.
Yeah, Chosen just walks out of nowhere. Like, I don't even think in that frame Chosen's even in the frame. Right, he just comes out of nowhere and just goes, and I am gasoline.
Oh, man. And then he goes, boom.
Yeah, great. Boom. He goes, boom. It's a great scene. Super corny, but I just love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We always say, like, the corniest plays right into itself. Yeah. Like, he just pokes in, like you said, perfectly. I am definitely. Anush asks who's this Bond villain, which is so perfect because Terry Silva looks exactly like a James Bond villain.
Perfect way to describe him.
17 feet tall, slicked back hair, rich as shit, always dressed to the part, you know what I mean? Perfect Bond villain. But we go to an interesting scene, which right away, I'm not going to lie to the folks at home, I was all over right away.
Yeah, he was.
I was right over it all the way. Miguel's back home now. Everyone's back. We're all back here, and we're all in the valley. Miguel knows that he was mean to his mom, and he made him nervous leaving on a whim, like that. Makes him nervous. He's only a kid still.
He feels bad.
Definitely. He makes a nice little breakfast. Whips up breakfast for mom.
Looked like absolute shit, might I add, but besides the point, it was a nice gesture.
He's not a cook. He's a kid. He's gonna learn. But he whips up breakfast for Ma, for Nana, and for Johnny. Johnny shows up a little bit late, but he walks in. They're all, grateful that he, made up some breakfast. He's trying to, make up. Carmen eats a bite or two, and then she goes running to the bathroom, throws up. Now, if the food's bad, I understand that. You know what I mean? He's a bad cook eventually, but it's going to take your stomach some time to digest that food.
Yeah.
And then realize, bad, I'm going to vomit. Right away, I was just like, yo, you vomiting? It's the morning sickness. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, I don't know, man. They didn't say it, but I'm like, I think something might be up. I don't think it's the food. Johnny makes a joke about it being the food, but I'm like, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, no, you picked that up good. The first time I watched that, I did not pick that up.
Right away.
That could have been what it was.
Right away, I was all over. I didn't believe in it.
It's just because he literally just got his son back from Mexico. I'm like, nah. I'm like, no way he's going to have another.
Well, we don't know yet for sure, but we're going to find out momentarily. But Chosen and LaRusso, they're at Miyagi-Do. They're kind of going over basically like a strategy. What are we going to do next? You know what I mean? You just infiltrated the lair a little bit, but he caught on to you. What's our next move? Chosen brings up the great idea. This guy is all about connections and resources. Who's he going to contact next? Let's try to contact them first.
Fucking Mike Barnes.
Mike Barnes, Karate Kid 3. Who are we going to go to? Let's try to get to him first. Awesome. I was very excited to see Mike Barnes. We saw him in the trailer, so we knew he was coming.
Yeah.
But we didn't know in what capacity. Let's see if we can get to him first. But before we get there, we go to the tattoo parlor and we get our first glimpse of All Valley champion Hawk, baby. Hawk's at the tattoo parlor. He's getting that ink work done. All Valley champ. He's got his girl Moon back. He's getting the Reaper covered up. He's getting it redone again for a third time now. He's getting a beautiful tribal flower looking piece done. Very much of the Miyagi-Do calm cheese sense that we had with New Hawk. Loved seeing it. I was very excited to see my boy. I was kind of sad because I was like, dude, what the fuck? Episode 3, All Valley Champion, is the first time we've seen him.
Yeah, it's true. When you mentioned that as well, that was a good point. I didn't realize he didn't really come up until this point right there.
Literally almost no camera time at all, aside from the opening scene, not the opening scene, but in episode 1 when they closed down the dojo.
Yeah.
But that was like, in passing. It's not like he really had much to do. It was kind of just like, all right, we'll close, get out of here. But this was the first real time I was like, what the fuck? I mean, Hawk's my dog. He's my number one.
That's the respect that All Valley champ gets.
I agree. What the fuck?
Meanwhile, fucking Sam LaRusso's dumbass won't get off the screen.
Oh, yeah, all the time. But I actually really enjoyed the scene, not just because Hawk was on it. This was a good scene that kind of separate from the rest of the show, sort of. The show's always very like karate influenced and even like back character influenced. This was just like a fun character scene for 3 teenage boys who are dealing with a very realistic problem.
Relatable for sure. Yeah.
And how are you going to handle it?
Yeah, it takes you back to you being a dumb teenager.
Yes.
With your girlfriends,
Yeah, talking to your boys like, oh, what do I say? What do I say?
Shit.
So Hawk's not at the tattoo.
Boys.
Yeah, Hawk's not at the tattoo parlor alone. He's with Dimitri and Miguel. And Miguel is having some issues, like we talked about. He had the bad conversation on the phone with Sam. So they're having a bit of a bickerment, you know what I mean? And Sam says, hey, we need to talk. Miguel, being kind of unaware of social cues, has no idea what that means. Dimitri and Hawk are like, yo, bad news, man. Yeah. That means we're going to be breaking up.
Miguel's actually excited about it. He's like, oh, she wants to talk.
Yeah, right. We do have a lot to talk about. Things went really bad.
Hawk's like, what exactly did she say?
Yeah, very good. And what ends up happening is Dimitri ends up taking the phone and texting from Miguel.
Yeah.
And then what happens on the other end, we see that Sam's with Yasmin and Moon. Yasmin takes the phone from Sam.
So it's really just Yasmin and Dimitri.
Dimitri and Yasmin are texting each other.
Ooh, they're dating.
Great scene. Thought it was wicked funny. Like you said, very reminiscent of just like growing up. And like I said, it was a good scene because it was different from the rest of the show, kind of. Just a good scene to be, like I said, teenage kids and realistic to how it is growing up and stuff like that. I enjoyed that scene a lot. Very funny.
For sure.
Even if it was with a 17-year-old getting attacked.
It's just a good lighthearted scene too. You can't have karate and like intensity. I mean, in 24/7 throughout the entire series. You know, you gotta have some funny scenes that kind of give you a little comic relief. So
could not possibly agree more. I also took away from this is that like Yasmin and Moon are just being like they're taking the phone, they're doing the texting, but that's just because like Sam sucks.
Yeah,
Yasmin and Moon are both such better characters than Sam.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're both in it like. Almost not at all. They have like these very small scenes here and there, and I love both of them.
I say a prayer each night that Sam LaRusso get hit by a bus.
Actually, yes, you should tell people. Even your mom. Your mom doesn't even like Sam.
Yeah, my
LaRusso.
mom watches this show, and she brought it up the other day. She's like, Sam LaRusso sucks. I was like, I started laughing so hard. It was the funniest thing.
If that's not a sign, I mean, what the fuck? What is? You know what I mean? I mean, my God. But, I'd rather see more. Give me more Yaz and Moon, you know what I mean? Let them start doing karate. Yaz would probably be a fucking... no, she probably seems too high maintenance. But
Moon
she
would crack me up doing karate. That'd be some fun
Moon,
shit.
yeah. She'd be a big Miyagi-Do student, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'd be like straight out of Shang-Chi. She'd be like bending the winds to her environment and stuff like that. She'd be too... I bet you Moon would have some tricks up her sleeve. I love them, though. I enjoy both those characters. So from there, we go to Johnny. I'm sorry, not Johnny. I keep saying Johnny. Daniel and Chosen. They are stalking out Matt Bonds' house. They end up following him to work. Bonds is driving a nice whip.
Yeah.
Nice suit.
Playing the role of a Bond villain, he starts pulling out heavy duty.
You're not wrong, actually. Yeah.
Heavy duty
Bonds
saws.
2.0. That's right, yes. So we follow him to work. He ends up pulling out all these different fucking tools to fucking cut people up with. He's got a bunch of like henchmen basically watching like his entrance door. You know what I mean? Like a couple bodyguards. But LaRusso, Chosen, following from his house over to his office. And Chosen, you know, I can make slight work of these guys real quick, no problem. And LaRusso,
Meanwhile, they're just guys that are just moving stuff. They're not even doing anything. He's like, I'll take care of these guys.
like you said though, he is looking the Bonds villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Chosen, we know Chosen's always ready to go. Chosen's always on guard, especially when what he's been told by LaRusso. You know, he's dealing with these old techniques from back home. Chosen's on guard, baby. Yeah. MV Chosen, baby. But like you said, Bonds is pulling out all these different fucking saws and shit. Chosen's like, this one's best for cutting up bones. This one's best for cutting up fucking... I don't even know what the other one was. But it was something funny. Every time Chosen's been on screen, basically this entire season, he's made me laugh.
Yeah, I agree.
But Johnny decides... I keep calling him Johnny. Why the hell do I keep doing that? Oh my God. It's because I hate LaRusso. LaRusso decides, hey, I'm going to take the Miyagi approach, and I'm just going to sneak my way in. You know what I mean? We don't need to wipe these guys
he
out.
mentions he's going to try to avoid the fight, if anything.
That's right. Avoid the fight. Miyagi-Do style. You know what I mean? So he tries to sneak in, and we're going to leave Chosen in the car. From there, we go to what I was talking about earlier. I was sniffing it out from the very, very beginning. Johnny and Calm might be pregnant. Calm tells Johnny that she is late. She's a couple weeks late. They go to the pharmacy. They're looking for a pregnancy test. Very funny scene. Johnny goes, is that the premium version? I'll get you whatever you want. Yeah. They still pee on a stick? Is that still how we do things? The premium version of a pee stick, like it's a fucking cell phone or something. Very funny. But he ends up going up. They pay for the pregnancy test or whatever. He says he wants a refund for his condoms because apparently they use protection. He's using like lion condoms or something.
The brand was Tiger Glove. Tiger Glove condoms.
Tiger Glove condoms. Greatness. What does the pharmacist say? She goes, "You didn't buy those here." Yeah, I still want a refund.
He's like, "No chance you bought this at an actual pharmacy." He's like, "Yeah, good point. Well, I still want my money back."
Yeah. Johnny tries to step up a little bit, though. He tries to tell Calm, "Hey, listen, I know that in the past I messed up being a dad. You know what I mean? I wasn't there when Robbie was being born. I want to be here for you for when you're having this baby." Nice little sentiment. However, as soon as he gets the words out of his mouth, he literally looks over and he sees a dad in hell.
Yeah, his little baby crying.
His dad in the pharmacy with his baby just fucking screaming. The dad looks like he hasn't slept in weeks.
Yeah, in absolute hell.
Yeah, literally looks like he's in hell.
God bless.
And Johnny's like, oh, fuck. And Com's just like,
Yeah.
you know what, dude? Maybe you're not ready yet. I appreciate what you just said, but based on your reaction to this guy, I think you might need some growing up.
Yeah, I think Johnny says himself, he's like, I think I need to throw up.
Com ends up basically leaving him. Com says, figure out your shit, and takes off. She's going to go take the pregnancy test for herself. Then we go to two scenes, which I labeled them in my notes, the Stranger Things scenes. Two scenes back to back that I thought were, I don't know, they were fine. I didn't mind them, but I just thought, right away, I just thought of Stranger Things instantly, just because they both reminded me instantaneously of Stranger Things. The boys, we have Miguel, Dimitri, and Hawk. Dimitri suggests, like Lucas does in Stranger Things, hey, let's go buy your girl a nice piece of jewelry. Yeah. Just like he does for Mike.
He says that Yasmin's her bracelet's so heavy she can't even lift her arm anymore.
Yeah. Which Lucas says something very similar like in Stranger Things. Yeah. He's like, he basically mentions the fact that like him and Max have broken up like 7 different times. You know what I mean? He just keeps buying her different things. So like, all right, this whole thing's kind of weird. But then again, he ends up like looking at a piece of jewelry that's like kind of expensive and stuff like that. Again, exactly what Mike does in Stranger Things. But it's an octopus, an octopus. Jesus Christ, an octopus. A callback to the early seasons when him and Sam went on their first days. He's an octopus necklace, and it's pretty expensive. Left up for the audience to decide if he buys it or not. And meanwhile, the girls, Sam, Moon, and Yasmin, go to the spa and basically go into water deprivation tanks. Exactly what Eleven spends the vast majority of Stranger Things in. Which, I'm not surprised at all that this is what Moon's into, because this seems exactly like the place that Moon likes to hang out at. This place seems like the place that she'd be at all the time. Spa, retreatment, all about fucking chi and shit like that. But basically, she convinces Sam to hop into one. She's like, you'll find yourself. A scene that I hated. Sam basically goes and like fights herself. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
The part I did enjoy was when Moon busts her out of it, though. That part I thought was hysterical. Moon busts her out of her deprivation tank. Sam's like fighting herself. She's freaking out.
It's like, I had the most amazing vision.
I was a water droplet. Oh, something like that.
A droplet of dew.
I was a droplet of dew on a tree.
Yeah. In the moonlight.
The moonlight. Oh, man. I love Moon. Just so peaceful all the time. Never a bad moment with her. Always feeling good.
Yeah. She doesn't have too many lines, but they're always pretty funny. Like,
yeah. Hey, let me tell you, man. Without Moon, I don't think my boy wins the All Valley in season 4. You know what I mean? She came in and she told him exactly what he needed to hear and exactly the moment he needed to hear it. And that's what turned the whole tournament on its head, boy. You know what I mean? My boy doesn't knock your boy down without Moon.
Yeah, Robbie let him win.
Yeah.
He was turning a new leaf. He's trying to be a good guy, you know?
Yeah. From there, we go to like I said, the Stranger Things scenes, they were fine. I just thought they were very reminiscent, almost seemed like almost copy-esque of Netflix's success with Stranger Things, but they reminded me heavily of that.
Yeah, no, especially the sensory deprivation tanks and then the scene that Sam has
when
she's on the water.
Yeah,
no, it was literally a copy out of Stranger Things. 100%.
Like you said, the black.
That was a great call out because I didn't really think about it until you said it, and then I was like, yeah, this is literally the exact same thing.
And they wasted it on LaRusso.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
If you're going to do that, at least have Hawk do something cool. But from there, we go to a scene that I found very funny because, again, I don't want to claim out that I called things, but I saw it coming right away. Very textbook. Seen it in a bunch of movies 1,000 times. We have Matt Bonds on his phone. LaRusso's listening in. And everything that he says sounds super, super suspect. Like he's already joined Cobra Kai, and LaRusso's like, "What the fuck?" Ready to attack. You know what I mean?
We're gonna cut their legs in half. He's saying,
"These kids aren't gonna know what hit them."
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "I know it." I was like, "This is all seems too clean." You know what I mean? And sure enough, it was. LaRusso ends up attacking him, and he ends up being in the middle of an innocent business meeting. He ends up salvaging it, but he has to give like 40% of his commission away. He's like, LaRusso, what the fuck are you doing here? You know what I mean? And it turns out that Matt Bonds, he's done with karate. His karate days are over. He hasn't heard from Terry Silva.
Seems like a changed man.
He sure does. He owns a furniture store now. Yeah. LaRusso can't believe it. But it's finally probably nice to get to somebody first, you know what I mean, before Silva, you know what I mean? Finally, we don't have to worry about another fucking Cobra Kai enemy from back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that one line that cracked me up was Daniel was like, "You work at a furniture store?" And he's like, "Daniel, I own the furniture store."
Look at me, look at this. I look like a guy who sells furniture on the floor, you know what I mean? Come on, man, this is my furniture floor. I did like that it was, he said it was actually his wife's, so that made me kind of laugh. He didn't marry into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, very true.
It wasn't his own build-up, which is kind of Matt Bonzi. He kind of inherits what he gets, you know what I mean? But still, pretty funny scene.
He seems like a really nice guy, though. Honestly, he seems like he's turned himself around.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Seems like he's totally, like I said, karate's out of his life. The whole, I mean, in Karate Kid 3, not only is he just in karate, he's a fucking scumbag. Like he is an absolute asshole in Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
I mean, in this, he trashes Mr. Miyagi's tree store, Mr. Miyagi's little trees. He trashes that. I think he punches LaRusso's girlfriend at the time and stuff like that. Scumbag move. But like you said, definitely cleaned up his act. Seems nice and clean. Not even mad at LaRusso for ruining his phone call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But from there, we go to what is hands down, by far and away, my favorite scene of the three episodes that we're talking about today. Johnny is at home. He's at his apartment. He's by himself. He just heard what Calm said. Hey, listen, you got to figure your shit out. We might be pregnant. And what does he do? He busts out the laptop and he basically looks up a YouTube video on like what to do when becoming a new dad. And we have a hysterical montage.
Yeah.
So fucking funny. He learns to swaddle. He learns how to swaddle a baby. And he uses the 6-pack of beer.
Yeah, 6-pack of Coors bottles.
Swaddling a 6-pack.
Yeah, breaks one within 10 seconds.
Yeah. Accidentally breaks one of the beers. Then we have to find out. We have to get all good food. Empties out his entire fridge because obviously he's eating like fucking bologna from 7 months ago that's been raw for however many months at this point.
Chinese leftovers.
Empties in his entire fridge. Then finds out we have to get rid of all the mold and bugs. So he starts pesticiding and painting in his entire fucking house. Just an hysterical montage. Yeah. And you can tell like he's just doing all of this just back to back to back to back. He's sweating like crazy. He just keeps pausing the laptop video.
Yeah. Might I add, he hasn't even got the results yet. That whether he's having a child or not, he's doing all this before he even gets any of those results. He's just doing all this shit, going nuts. Like hasn't even got the results yet.
Very true. Yep, that's true. Common hasn't even done the test yet. We have no idea. Hasn't seen a doctor. Nothing. Just heard what she said, saw his reaction, and says, "Hey, I'm not going to do what I did over again." You know what I mean? He's ready to go. He's diving on in, using the internet just like he does. Only like him. But like I said, I laughed my ass off the entire. It was a montage, maybe 45, 60 seconds. Yeah. I laughed my ass off the whole time. I thought it was so funny. Just the way, like I said, he keeps pausing the YouTube video. It's only like, I think the YouTube video is like 7.5 minutes long.
Yeah. And
it takes him like a whole day just going like part to part to part through the whole thing. It was hysterical. I loved it. But we go back to the furniture store. And basically, LaRusso now, him and Bonds, they've made peace. They realize, Bonds got nothing to do with Silva. He hasn't been called, none of that. We're done with karate. And LaRusso's explaining the situation that they're kind of in. Cobra Kai's been taking over. Terry Silva's harassing his life. I would love if you could give me anything, any tidbit of information, anything that could help maybe bring this guy down. And Matt Bonds lets slip that he was actually contractually obligated to harass Daniel LaRusso in Karate Kid 3. He was literally he signed a contract that made him obligated to harass Daniel LaRusso, a teenager, in Karate Kid 3.
A lawyer wrote up this document and had him sign.
Insane. What a crazy fucking concept. Because when you think, like, that's like against the law and you have it, why would you want
I respect
like that?
I respect it. That's some psycho shit.
No shit. That shows how unhinged both Bonds was and Silva is. You know what I mean? Because that is absolutely crazy. But that's music to LaRusso's ears. You know what I mean? LaRusso's like, That's perfect. That's exactly what I need. Yeah. Do you have that contract? Because if I can show that contract, that proves that this guy is literally hiring people to harass teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean, what better way to bring them down? You know what I mean? Bonds basically kind of says, like, hey, I'll look into it. I'll see if I can pull up the attorney's number because I don't have the contract anymore. It's been fucking 25 years. Very reasonable. And then they kind of start messing around, having some playful banter. They start play fighting, you know what I mean? Messing around, throwing some jabs and stuff. And what happens? Chosen is slipped in the back door. He has no idea they're play fighting, and he throws a mean chest kick.
right at Mike Barnes.
To Matt Barnes and puts him through like a bed, I think. Just shatters a bed on his floor.
And they just start going at it.
Yep. We have a nice little fight scene. Bonds versus Chosen. Very interesting. Two very fierce styles, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Two no mercy, very aggressive fucking styles.
That was quick, too. You get Mike Barnes in the episode, and right away he's already fighting again.
Yeah, he said he was done with karate, but he still moved pretty good.
Yeah, he still got the moves.
If you can hang with Chosen Boy, I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, exactly.
In a suit, too, no less.
True.
You know what I mean? You got to be tight moving. You can't moving legs in a suit. You know what I mean? Tight restrictions. But holds his own. LaRusso catches an accidental punch to the face. I thought it was pretty funny. I love seeing LaRusso get punched in the face. He ends up breaking up the fight, though. Explains Chosen, hey, we're all on the same side here. He hasn't been contacted.
Big misunderstanding.
Yep, big misunderstanding. But ends pretty in a pretty funny fashion because we don't just leave the scene there. You know what I mean? Chosen's sitting down on a couch now, and he's just like, hey, this couch is pretty comfortable. And compared to the couch that I've been sleeping in at LaRusso's house, this is pretty nice. Like, what you charging for this thing? Sure enough, Bonds gives him a price, and we see Chosen, ching ching, bing bing, buys the couch, and the same, we find out the movers that he beat up, he ends up saying, we might need an ambulance for those movers, so the same movers that end up moving his couch into his car. Chosen ended up throwing a whipped ass down to the 4 movers, came inside, and then ends up having to move his couch for him.
Bought a couch and had to move it for him.
Yeah, and then just giving him shit, too, like, hey, be careful with that, it's an expensive couch.
Yeah.
Great episode for Chosen, though.
Couch very expensive.
That's right. Be careful. Very, 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 very funny, though. I thought that whole shit was very, very funny. And like I said, we have Bond. We left off. Bonds is going to try to get that contact information for the attorney to try to get LaRusso. So, hopefully we can get that contract, a copy, something like that. We can maybe take down Silva. From there, we go to friggin' Miyagi-Do. And my boy Miguel, boy, oh boy, poor guy. He's going to get his heart stomped all over.
Yeah, this is the best thing that could ever happen.
Maybe, you might be right. He's there with Sam. They're having their talk, like we mentioned earlier. Sam said we need to have a talk. Here we are. We're at Miyagi-Do. Miguel apologizes for how he was in Mexico, even though he was totally in the right. And Sam was totally in the wrong and totally making everything about her. Still apologizes. And what happens?
She dumps his ass.
She fucking dumps his ass.
Unbelievable.
Cold-blooded.
Says the typical girl thing, too. I gotta find myself. I don't know anything.
Once
but
again,
karate.
makes it all about herself. Once again.
Always about her.
No, hey, how was the trip to Mexico? Did you find your father? None of that. I don't feel loved. I need to find myself.
Not one question.
Ugh.
How are things with you and
the
Johnny?
worst.
Hey, how about this?
The worst
How are things with you
show.
and Robbie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Robbie went down there. She dated both of them. How are things with you and Robbie? You guys have fought in a bunch of times.
Ugh.
Not one question. Just dumps his ass. And we find out that even though it was expensive as hell, he went the extra mile. Bought her the octopus necklace.
Of course he did.
And he fucking just drops it in the dirt as he walks out of Miyagi-Do, leaves it in the dirt. And you just get the sense that we're going to see that necklace again soon.
Yeah, it was definitely foreshadowing.
Definitely.
A future event.
Pulls it out of the box. He has the whole pocket in his. He's got, the whole box in his pocket. Pulls the whole thing.
But
necklace out.
He's weeping while he's doing this. It's a tough first few episodes for Miguel. I'm not gonna lie. He looked pretty soft these first three.
A lot of
episodes.
tears from Miguel.
Yeah, a lot of tears, a lot of crying.
A lot of tears. Yeah, I mean,
so it goes.
Tough. Loses his girl.
Yeah, can't have
loses his dad.
Everyone has a bad day from time to time, so give him a pass.
I gotta be honest, still not as tough as the road that the Hayes had to go through. It's been a tough couple episodes, but the hair's still a lot tougher. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no shit.
But I hated to see that. You know what I mean? I hate LaRusso. Miguel's my dog. He went out of his way. Like I said, he apologized even though he wasn't in the wrong. He buys the expensive necklace. He checks all the boxes.
The things you do for pussy.
You know, and still, LaRusso's daughter just can't fucking, nope.
Nah, she don't appreciate it. Like I said, it's the best thing that could happen for Miguel.
I hope, yeah, you know, you might be right. We gotta see where Tori's heart lies. Because at the end of the day, that's the heart that we're trying to win. It's Tori's heart. Yeah. That's the winner. Yeah. Who's gonna get Tori's
Hell, I'm trying to win Tori's heart. Goddamn.
Pay and list. It's my girl. She's taking her and Hawk in real life, baby. Don't forget it. Hawk got the seal the deal in real life. You know what I mean? But from there, we go to a great scene. I loved it. It was just not how we ended the episode, but pretty much how we ended the episode. We're back at Johnny's apartment. Carmen shows up, and she sees that he has fixed his entire apartment in one day.
Yeah, the place is looking mint.
Done it all. Well, he says something great. He goes, "Try to stick your finger in a socket. Good luck."
It almost kind of looks like he doesn't live in a complete shithole anymore.
Yeah. He takes all the bikini pictures off the walls. No girls in bikinis anymore. The whole place is basically
new furniture,
fucking new,
clean,
sprayed down.
He said he's got 15 gallons of milk in the fridge.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He goes, "You thirsty?" He goes, which you know. He says the fridge. He goes, "The fridge is filled with milk." You know, knowing Johnny, that's legitimate.
Yeah.
Like the fridge has literally got 15 gallons of fucking milk in it.
Baby's 9 months away. He's got the milk already.
Yeah, no shit. It's all going to be bad in like 3 weeks, but we're ready to go. But Carmen's impressed, you know what I mean? She's back, so she's got to have a reason for being back. She said, you know, clean up your stuff. She left for the test. She's back. She sees this guy's apartment's all new. And what happens? She tells Johnny, "We're pregnant."
She already took the test.
Yeah, and Johnny, awesome reaction. I loved it. Perfect, like the most perfect Cobra Kai Johnny written answer of all time. Badass.
Yeah, loves it.
Loves it, yeah. Awesome. I loved it. Embracing the fact that he's going to be a father now compared to what he did in the first time. Now he's not just ready for it, he's embracing it. He's ready to fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely worked on his fathering skills between Miguel and all of his other students. You know what I mean? He's grown up.
Robbie's going to be like, "What the hell, man? I finally get my dad to show me some attention. Now he's going to have another kid."
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know yet, but...
Yeah, we'll see, though. You know, I don't want to fucking defend Robbie, but like I said, he's having a good couple of episodes. He seems like he's turning over a new leaf. Like I said, he seems like he's found his chi. Seems very understanding
see
guy.
how he reacts, you know?
We'll see how he reacts. But like I said, I love Johnny's reaction. I thought... Because just, you know, like even though it's just a simple word, but badass means a lot in this show. You know what I mean? They use it all the time.
Badass.
Yeah, it's all about what Johnny's Cobra Kai was being badass. Yeah. Now Cobra Kai's fallen a lot since where we started the show.
Evil.
It is, yeah. But you know, back in the beginning, that's what the whole thing was about. You know what I mean? It was about being badass. So I really liked that. I liked that a lot. And then we end the episode exactly where we started it. We go full circle. We're back at the country club. Daniel LaRusso's getting his little spa on. He's in the heat room.
He's in the sauna.
Shows up.
Getting his sweat on.
Yeah, getting his sweat on. I was like, where the hell are we going with this? What the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? Who shows up again? Just like at the beginning, Terry fucking Silver.
Yeah, the way he introduces him is you hear LaRusso's own voice playing on a recording, and it's the recording that he left to the lawyer trying to get the information about the contract he signed with Mike Barnes.
Yep. So LaRusso took the information, tried to get the guy's name. Terry Silver, being 5 steps ahead, plays the fucking voicemail for him. And he says, "Dude, I gave you an in right at the beginning of this episode. I said, hey, we can call it quits. You know what I mean? No retaliation, no nothing. Now you're going to go do this? Now you're asking for fucking war. I told you that you were playing with fire," which is what he said at the beginning. The episode is called Playing with Fire. And now I'm going to deal with Bonds first, but you're coming next. And what do we find out? Matt Bonds' furniture store is literally on fuego.
Completely engulfed in flames, burning to the ground. And he's rattled. He's like, eyes are weeping, are weeping up, and he's about to fucking lose his mind at his business.
Awesome way to come full circle, though, no? I mean, just between the episode name, where we started the episode with that opening scene at the golf course, Terry Silver literally saying you're playing with fire. The episode being playing with fire.
Yeah.
And then just to come and end it here at the golf course again.
Same place.
I mean, awesome
Using
writing.
the same lines, you're playing with fire, and then you flip real quick to Mike Barnes' business literally on fire.
Awesome writing, man. And just to think, like, so we saw in the trailer that Matt Barnes was going to be back in this season, but obviously seeing from Karate Kid 3, he's obviously, like, the bad guy. So we just assume that that's what they do in the show is they call in their friends. So I assumed Matt Barnes was going to come in and be a bad guy. So as soon as they got there and it turned out, hey, he's turned over a new leaf. He's a good guy now. I was stunned. I was like, oh my God.
Is it Matt or Mike?
Is it? Oh, it is Mike.
I thought it was
Mike.
Mike. All right.
Bonds. I've been calling him Matt Bonds the whole movie.
Yeah.
Matt Bonds, the basketball player.
I got you guys. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I had it.
No, that's my bad. I've been calling him Matt Bonds. I was thinking of the basketball player the whole episode. I've been saying that the whole time. My bad. Mike Bonds. But yeah, like I said, Mike Bonds, evil the whole time. It seems like, he's going to be like on the good side of things. Then it turns out Terry Silver's going to burn him down after, I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
From Karate Kid 3 even to here, it seems like we've done full circle. The episode did full circle. I thought it was great writing.
Yeah, they're tying it in from the movies to the show, bringing it all full circle. Even just in the episode itself, it was nice. So
I couldn't
well
agree
put
more.
together.
Yeah. And that's what we keep saying is that these guys, that's what they do the best. That's why this show is so awesome. Is the writing is just so good, man.
Yeah.
It's so fucking clean. But I loved these first 3 episodes. As soon as it ended, I couldn't wait for more.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a great way to get the season.
Solid start to the season, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
like you said, just makes you want to smash that next episode button and just keep watching, which is exactly what we did.
Yeah.
We literally couldn't put it down. Start episode 1.
You guys watch the whole thing in one night?
It literally in
Just
one sitting.
on a Friday night?
Yeah.
One sitting.
One sitting, like
bang through it.
5 or 6 hours. Looked at my clock at the end of my phone at the other day. I was like, huh?
Just banged right through. But I mean, awesome episodes. Definitely want to see some more from other characters because these first 3 episodes were very centralized to a couple people.
Yeah, like you said, Hawk wasn't involved a ton until episode 3. That's when we first saw him. Except
him,
for
Dimitri.
a short scene in the first episode. But yeah, exactly. You want to see more from them. I want to see less from Sam LaRusso. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
I do want to see more of Robbie, honestly. Robbie was in a decent amount of scenes, but I feel like it's like scenes on his own or like impactful scenes in terms of him. There wasn't a ton in these first 3 episodes. There was a few.
But we definitely saw him turning a page.
But yeah,
I'm the first one to admit it. I hate
Yeah.
Robbie. He's not my guy, but I can definitely say that through these first 3 episodes,
Yeah, no, that's true. You did get it. You did have quite a few scenes that were
definitely
pretty
turning a page. You know what I mean?
impactful to his character. So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, absolutely. His stock's rising big time in these first 3 episodes.
Chosen stock. I mean, if
Yeah.
you could buy Chosen stock, you would have gotten it for pennies on the dollar. And
Chosen,
now,
like you said,
like,
MVP so far. Yeah.
already through 3 episodes.
Yeah. Like you
I
said,
mean,
every single scene that he's in, he makes me laugh. He's
Yep.
hilarious. So,
if he's not making you laugh, he's literally kicking ass. He's doing one of the 2 things every single time.
like I said at the beginning of this podcast, the thing I liked most about this season, I just thought it was hilarious. It was extremely funny, and the first 3 episodes definitely delivered on that, and it just gets better throughout. So.
Definitely. Just good to be back, you know what I mean? And it's so fast. When these shows are taking years sometimes, you know what I mean? This show, 9 months later, we have a new season, and it was an awesome season, you know what I mean? But that's going to pretty much do it for these 3 episodes, yeah. Hopefully, we will be back soon. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get to you guys the second part of this. I mean, as soon as possible, we're going to try to figure out the day as far as scheduling goes. But, like I said, excited to talk to you guys more about the rest of the season. Great way to start it off.
What's the game plan? So we're going to do what, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in the next podcast?
Yep, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the last 3 fit perfectly. We'll wrap that up. I think it should fit out perfectly like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, be on the lookout for that.
We just love Cobra Kai, so we want to have some special episodes dedicated towards it. We
Yeah.
can sit here and talk about it for hours.
Yeah, I fucking love it, man. Like I said, I've talked to a bunch of people. Seth started watching it. My sister started watching it. My friend Vicky started watching it. People are buying into the show, and I love to hear it because the show is awesome, man.
Yeah, my brother watches it too. He just finished season 5 as well.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, the more people, the better, man. The show is awesome. Just you know what I mean, like buy into it because it's just a feel good show. It's just fun. It's just a good fucking time. That's all it is. Every single episode.
It's one of those shows I feel like too, where you can honestly, like on any given day, you can just toss on any episode from any season, and you're pretty much gonna be entertained. You're gonna have some laughs. It's gonna be entertaining to watch. So it's tough to find those shows.
Definitely, I totally agree. But we will be back soon to talk to you guys about the rest of this season. Like I said, we'll be back for 4, 5, and 6. Thank you guys for tuning on in. I hope you guys all enjoyed this first part. Please share it. Share it around to all your friends. if they're Cobra Kai fans, definitely tell them about it. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, review, leave a comment. All that stuff helps the show. The more eyeballs, the better. Couldn't have done it today without Mr. Rogers, Sensei Rogers on the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos, baby.
Thanks for having me, boys. I'll be back on next time.
Great job.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Sensei.
Like you said earlier, you know what I mean? Playing both sides of the table. Sensei Los making his debut on this side of the
good.
table.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed listening to me.
Hell of a time. Thanks for coming, boys.
Hopefully, you don't mind
Appreciate it.
staring at my ugly mug for an hour and a half.
Great episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah, smash that share button, that subscribe button. We appreciate the views, but we appreciate the help as well. So
That's right. And don't forget, strike hard, strike first, no mercy.
none.